What are the 10 triggers used by leaders to level up the governance of their organization? When seeking to level up the governance of an organization, there are several key challenges that leaders and stakeholders may encounter. Addressing these challenges is essential for successful governance transformation. But it makes sense to remind what we will consider as governance field in the context of this video. Governance refers to the system of rules, processes, and structures that an organization or a group of individuals use to make decisions, set objectives, allocate resources, and oversee operations. It is the framework that guides how an entity is directed, controlled, and managed to achieve its goals while also ensuring accountability and transparency in the actions. In the context of a business, governance typically involves the board of directors, executive leadership, and other stakeholders, but it is also valuable for any organization. These actors work together to establish policies, strategies, and guidelines for the organization's operation. As said, governance is not limited to corporate world, it is also extended to governments, non-profit organizations, and other entities. In each case, governance helps to maintain order, manage risk, and foster a conducive environment for growth, innovation, and responsible decision-making. Now, we can tackle the improvement levers. The main limitation factors is the legacy burden in combination with change resistance. Notably, in the context of large organizations where the corporate culture has been established over a long period of time, the most significant challenge in upgrading governance will be to overcome the resistance to change for employees, management, or other stakeholders. You shouldn't overlook that people might be comfortable with the current practices and processes, making them hesitant to adopt new governance structures and principles. Appropriation of new standards in established organizations confronted to deeply ingrained legacy systems, processes, and cultural norms will require at every level of the structure voluntariness, continuity, and effort, which is undeniably challenging. Now, the lack of alignment is an irrevocable failure for any improvement initiatives. As said, governance becomes real through the process of decision-making. If it suffers from a communication gap between organization levels, if the priorities and the resources engaged are permanently redefined, it will highlight the lack of vision. It will also bring to light power struggles or unrealistic expectations towards organization capacity. So, it is essential to create a shared vision that reflects the organization value and goals. One key point is that any decision taken is backed by a strong leadership commitment, a strong change management approach, and a focus on inclusivity to meet a successful governance transformation. Improving governance often involves change in decision-making processes and power structures. To the end, a transparent and effective communication about these changes is crucial to gain buy-in and trust from stakeholders. This appropriation for change in the governance structure will come by explaining the change or opportunities that prompt the need for change and how the proposed changes will address them. Because it is about building confidence on the run, it is mandatory to outline specific and measurable objectives of the governance changes. Establishing key performance indicators to track progress, success, but also step back and share them in full transparency with internal stakeholders will help to engage stakeholders through a two-way communication, and it creates a sense of ownership, a sense of openness, supporting commitment to change. The right balance between providing flexibility for innovation and growth while maintaining appropriate controls to mitigate risk can be difficult, but remain essential. Too much control can stifle creativity and reactivity, while too much flexibility might lead to chaos. But finding the appropriate balance requires maturity and a true and honest evaluation of the decision process within organization at any level. Delegation and functional authority needs to be explicitly described and framed. Screening protocols and decision journaling constitute a necessary basis for efficient flexibility mitigation. Implementing governance change is also transforming the way additional resources such as time, money, and expertise are estimated and allocated in the organization. The governance level assessment brings to light the lack of structured resources allocation management. From strategic planning to operational capacity management, the transformation scheme will challenge the tooling, the agility, and the consistency of involved processes. Governance is the question of processes, guidance, but above all, a matter of people. Because change involves the board of directors or equivalent decision-making bodies, it is fundamental to assign at any management level accurate people with effective leadership, diversity of perspective, and collaborative dynamics. These qualities are vital for a successful governance improvement. Compliance is essential to governance improvement as it ensures adherence to law, regulations, and ethical standards. By promoting transparency, accountability, and risk management, compliance mitigates legal and reputational risks while fostering a culture of integrity. It strengthens internal controls, enhances financial reporting, and builds trust among stakeholders. Aligned with the organization's values and long-term goals, compliance enables effective oversight by leadership and the boards. Ultimately, compliance underpins effective governance, safeguarding the organization, its stakeholders, and its reputation, while supporting sustainable growth and success. Accountability served as a catalyst for governance improvement by fostering a culture of responsibility and transparency. Holding individuals and teams accountable for their actions and decisions ensures alignment with organization objectives and values. By clearly defining roles, responsibility, and performance metrics, accountability established a framework for effective decision-making and risk management. It empowers stakeholders to take ownership on their contribution, leading to better resource allocation and improvement performance. Accountability also encourages continuous learning and adaptation as lessons from success and failure drive governance enhancements. Overall, a strong culture of accountability strengthens governance, instilling trust, promoting ethical behavior, and driving the organization towards long-term success. Avoiding micromanagement is crucial to governance improvement, as it empowers employees, supports innovation, and enhances overall organization efficiency. Micromanagement stifles creativity, limits autonomy, and undermines employees' thoroughness. By encouraging a decentralized decision-making process and delegating authority, governance can respond more effectively to challenges and opportunities. Trusting and empowering employees promotes a culture of responsibility and accountability. This approach allows leaders to focus on strategic direction and high-level decision-making, creating a more agile and adaptive organization. Emphasizing a collaborative and supportive environment with micromanagement avoidance is pivotal for unlocking the full potential of employees and achieving sustainable growth and success. Different stakeholders may have varying expectations regarding governance changes. Managing these expectations and finding common ground can be demanding, but it is critical for governance improvement as it cultivates trust, enhances stakeholders' engagement, and ensures alignment with organization goals. By actively listening to stakeholders, addressing their concerns, and involving them in the decision-making, governance gains valuable insight and diverse perspective. Meeting stakeholders' expectations fosters positive relationships, reducing potential conflict and resistance to governance changes. A transparent communication about objectives, progress, and challenges builds confidence in the development support. Effective stakeholders management also align governance decisions with broader stakeholder interests, promoting a long-term sustainability and responsible decision-making. Ultimately, managing stakeholders' expectations creates a cooperative and supportive environment, driving continuous improvement and overall governance effectiveness. As a conclusion, overcoming these challenges requires careful planning, effective communication, collaboration among stakeholders, and the willingness to adapt and learn from experience. It is essential to approach governance transformation as an ongoing process than rather a one-time event.